Welcome to Waters World. I'm Jesse Waters. The president won today. That's the subject of tonight's Waters Words. After a week of hearing from Adam Schiff, Trump's team finally was allowed to talk today. And in 2 hours, they demolished the Democrats' case. Even the mainstream media admitted they put on a great defense.
Pretty meticulous and well-organized argument there from the president's team.
And I think the president can be happy with the job that his team did.
They were smart by starting with the facts.
It was a smart thing to not take too much time.
Again, I just think, the Republicans are winning here. The president is winning here.
It was like the media had never even heard all the facts before. They hadn't, because Adam Schiff and the Democrats set this all up in secret, denied Donald Trump's lawyers for 5 months the right to make their case, and hid a lot of the evidence from the Senate. Even I heard new information today, and I thought I knew everything. So I'm going to summarize the case the White House made today and then tell you what it all means. Read the transcript. There was no talk about delaying aid on the call. Trump asked the Ukraine president to do us a favor, the American people. That was to investigate election interference and to investigate corruption. The president of Ukraine and his people said the call was a good call, and he felt no pressure. He said that after the call and after this whole thing blew up, the Ukraine president and his people never knew the aid was delayed until the U.S. media reported it.
The Democrats accused the president of leveraging security assistance to supposedly force President Zelensky to announce investigations. But how can that possibly be when the Ukrainians were not even aware that the security assistance was paused? There can't be a threat without the person knowing he's being threatened. There can't be a quid pro quo without the quo.
So that's knocked out. We also found out that Trump had delayed aid to a bunch of other countries. Nothing illegal about that. Trump delayed aid to Afghanistan because of corruption. Delayed aid to South Korea because of basing cost issues. Delayed aid to Central American countries because they weren't helping stop illegal immigration. Delayed aid to Pakistan because of terrorism. Witnesses called by the Democrats backed Trump up. They all testified that the top foreign policy goal in Ukraine was fighting corruption. They testified that aid starts and stops all of the time. They testified that Trump had ordered a review of all foreign aid 2 years ago, and it wouldn't be business as usual. The focus would be on other countries paying their fair share, and are we wasting our money on corrupt countries who don't have their act together? And Trump didn't like the fact that America helped Ukraine out and European countries like Germany did nothing. And, big point here, the Javelin anti-tank missiles were sent to Ukraine. They were not a part of the delayed aid package. Ukraine got the really good stuff. Trump gave Ukraine powerful lethal aid to fight the Russians. Obama and the Democrats didn't. They gave Ukraine blankets. And the aid Trump delayed for a few weeks, instead of under Obama for years, was released under deadline without any investigations taking place. Now, the Democrats hid all of these facts from the Senate because the facts destroy their case. Also a very key moment today. Ambassador Sondland, remember him? That smooth, rich, bald guy? He said he assumed Trump had a quid pro quo going on.
In his public testimony, Ambassador Sondland used variations of the words assume, presume, guess, speculate, and belief over 30 times. Here are some examples.
That was my presumption, my personal presumption. That was my belief. That was my presumption, yeah.
All the Democrats have to support the alleged link between security assistance and investigations is Ambassador Sondland's assumptions and presumptions.
He said he was guessing that Trump was linking aid to investigations. He admitted he had no evidence for it. And he's the Democrats' star witness. And when Sondland spoke to the president, Trump said, no quid pro quo. It's over. Their whole case is based on someone's speculation that was wrong. The Democrats have no witness who provides any evidence of a quid pro quo. They never did because it never happened. The facts from the Democrats' own investigation showed this, but they covered them all up and then lied about it. Then the White House lawyers torched the one-sided investigation led by Adam Schiff. Trump was denied due process rights in that investigation. No right to cross-examine witnesses, no right to call witnesses, no right to present evidence, no right to counsel. And everything started in Adam Schiff's little secret dark basement. Why rig an investigation like this? Because they didn't care about the facts. They only cared about getting Trump impeached by Christmas. Adam Schiff is still keeping the whistleblower testimony locked up in secret. Remember the whistleblower who used to work with Joe Biden on Ukraine policy? Do you think he has a bias or maybe a motive? It's the same whistleblower who colluded with Adam Schiff's staff before he blew the whistle. Now, the whistleblower lied to the IG about that contact, and Schiff lied to the American people and said he had no contact when he did. But the president wasn't allowed to confront his accuser, and the lead investigator won't let the White House confront him. The Clinton White House was allowed to cross-examine Ken Starr, but the Trump White House can't cross-examine Adam Schiff? Why are we supposed to believe anything that Adam Schiff says anyway? He lied about Russia collusion for 3 years. He fabricated Trump's phone call on live television, and he lied about his relationship with the whistleblower. He has no credibility. Now, the White House blasted away at the so-called obstruction. Every single president since Washington has invoked executive privilege, but Trump's being impeached for doing it. And Trump's lawyers were very shrewd here. Putting executive privilege aside for just a moment, the House subpoenas for witnesses and testimony were not valid because the Constitution and the Supreme Court clearly state that the full House must vote to authorize an impeachment committee to issue impeachment subpoenas. Nancy Pelosi never held a full House vote. She skipped it, remember? Because she knew Trump would ask the courts to step in and it would slow her down. So, bogus subpoenas. No obstruction. The Supreme Court has ruled on this. No abuse of power, no obstruction, case closed. The American people agree.